Hi, welcome to my workshop. So, as we all know, the Bambu Lab H2D, over there, dropped yesterday. And we've all been waiting for this printer for a very long time. And it's been really hard as a reviewer to sit here behind the embargo and not say anything at all. Now, one of the reasons why companies like Bambu Lab does the embargo is that they wanted to give all of the content creators a fair chance to look at the printer, give it enough testing time, and then write up or record our reviews. And then we could all launch our content at the same time. Personally, I do written reviews for Tom's Hardware, so that's where my review is. But other people were getting theirs ready for YouTube. And so that's why we've all just not said anything because, like I said, we're just trying to keep the playing field fair. Now, in a perfect world, no one besides Bambu Lab and the content creators would have known that the H2D actually exists. And let me tell you, they are really good at keeping their mouth zipped. I had breakfast with one of the Bambu Lab representatives, Smurf in England, around Christmas time last year. And that was when the first leak dropped. And everybody was talking about it, and someone was even, I think, passing around copies of what it was. And I remember showing my rep, my Bambu Lab rep, this leak, and I said, "Hey, so what do you think about this? Is this accurate?" And she just like shoved a bagel in her mouth and was like, "Oh." So they're normally I there has been speculation that Bambu Lab was putting the leak out there. I really don't think that's the case. I'm not sure where it came from, but I don't think it was from them. And one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because I didn't find out what the price of the machine was going to be until like the day before I needed to turn in the review. So they were desperately trying to keep some of this information a surprise. And, because they had a long drawn out campaign set up where they were going to tease the printer. But of course, by the time they were teasing it, all these leaks had come out and spoiled the fun. So, like I said, it's been very difficult for reviewers like myself to sit here and not join in the conversation and watch everybody tear into these leaks and try to figure out what does the printer do? What does the printer not do? And so um, I've collected 10 of my favorite things that the internet got wrong. And I just wanted to go over them and share them with you. Okay. It's not real. It has to be an April Fool's joke. Sorry, it's March 25th when the printer dropped. Not April Fool's. That can't be a laser. It's got to be some kind of scanner. No, no, really, they put a laser inside it. You're wrong. Two nozzles. Must be some kind of crazy IDEX thing. No, the printer does have two nozzles, but they are on a single tool head and they move together. And the two tool heads, if you haven't figured it out yet, one of them, they each have their own Bowden tube. So one can be fed off of an AMS, and then the other one is going to be fed from a single spool holder. That's sort of the default thing. You can, I don't know if you can see from what I've got set up over there, you can put an AMS on each tool head. They just don't recommend it because the left one has all of the motion and they probably don't want it to get too much work and wear out. So they're saying put the left one on the single spool holder and the right one on your AMS. But yes, definitely two nozzles working together. So, okay. That laser is just an afterthought. They must be scrambling for new ideas. So, no, I don't think the laser was an afterthought at all because there are so many sensors. There is an extra high def camera in there, the bird's eye camera, and the whole thing on the inside is flame retardant. I know we can't make anything flame proof, but it is flame retardant. And they've worked on a way so that if you are lasering something and it does catch fire, the printer will automatically shut down all of the air intake and the back vent to smother the fire. So this is a really well thought out machine. They meant to put that laser in there, and it's really good. Someone will laser their eye out. Okay, now this one must have been from Ralphie, and I'm sorry, Ralphie, that you didn't get that Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas one year. Don't worry, this is a Class 1 laser. It is covered in the green safety plastic to protect you from the UV rays. And also, if you open up the door, the laser's going to turn off. It's as safe as they could make it. Someone will use their H2D to laser unsafe plastic. We've had lasers for a very long time. Users have to be responsible for what material they put in the machine. Yes, there are some materials that aren't safe to set fire to with a laser. I'll link to a list down below if you need to do some research. If you're still not sure what you can laser, I suggest buying laser safe materials from the experts, people like Bambu Lab, X-Tool, and Glowforge. They all make laser safe materials, and you can use them no matter what laser you have. Also, Michaels sells Glowforge materials, so if you want to shop locally, go check out your local Michaels, and you'll probably find some really good stuff there. So, moving on. The laser will make the inside of the printer filthy. Okay, so are you my mother? We're not asking you to clean out someone else's laser. If the laser gets dirty, it's on them to clean it out. So don't worry about it. If you don't want to clean the laser, don't buy the laser. Let's see here. The H2D is simply not big enough. I wanted a max. If this isn't big enough, I got a Giga I want to show you. Let's see. This is way too expensive. It would be cheaper to get an X1C and a standalone laser. Okay, now I understand we all have budgets. This is why I drive a Chevy and not a Mercedes. But let's break it down. This is a premium laser with a camera assisted placement, autofocusing, a QR reader to ID the materials, and make suggestions on what settings you should use. That means that when you put your materials in, you close the door, and everything is handled by Bambu Suite on your computer. Now, a new Cricut blade cutter is about $400. And if we're going to go with a cheaper 10-watt laser, I would have to pick a Glowforge Aura to get a similar cutting size and power level. Although seriously, the Aura is only a 6-watt laser, so this one is actually a little bit stronger. And we also need to be able to access a deluxe catalog of QR-coded materials that are laser safe, like our last point. So that's going to cost you about $1,200. Now, if we want the 40-watt laser, we need to step up to the $1,900 X-Tool S1, which actually doesn't even have a camera placement. So I don't know if that's really a fair trade. So that leaves you with $1,100 to spend, which is not enough for the stock H2D, but it's enough for a nice P1S. Congratulations, you now have 3 dedicated machines operating in 3 separate ecosystems using 3 different programs, not to mention 3 apps, taking up 3 times the space. Oh, and you saved $200, so good for you. Seriously, if you have the space and the patience for 3 separate machines, then that's awesome. But maybe this laser combo isn't for you. It might be for somebody who they're running short on space. They don't really have a lot of room to expand and have all those machines. So, finally, my last one. I didn't ask for a laser in my 3D printer. Look, no one is making you buy it. If you don't want a laser in your 3D printer, you don't have to buy a laser in your 3D printer. If you don't like the whole idea of a laser in your printer, but you really like all the other cool things that the H2D can do for you, then just buy the one without a laser. There's 2 models. There's one without an AMS, and there's the full AMS combo. And it's a really good machine, and I think you're going to like it. My full review is over on Tom's Hardware. If you want to read it, go over there and give it a read. I typed my fingers down to little nubbins. It's pretty long, but I've had the printer here since the middle of February. I really did try to find all the parts about it, and it's a good, thorough review. I got no fingers left. If you just want to talk about the printer, I have a Discord now. You can come over here and join us. And I also have a Patreon. I would love it if you wanted to support the channel some more. So thanks, and check out the printer. It's really cool. Bye. Like I said, if you're interested in the printer, it's an awesome printer. Go get it. So until next time. Yeah, I do sign off crap.